I accidentally ruined my son's life. My 16-year-old stepdaughter brought up allegations that my son had abused her repeatedly for several years. I confronted my son and he categorically denied it. But I knew that even though he was my son, I could not defend him for such an awful act. My wife and I reported him to the authorities. My son was arrested in December and held in prison for several weeks because I refused to provide him bail money. He was eventually expelled from his Ivy League college. In the middle of January, my stepdaughter broke down and admitted she lied about everything. She had actually been having intimacy with her boyfriend and was scared the news would reach us. The charges were dismissed and my son was released immediately, but the damage was done. His first girlfriend from college ended things with him. The news spread about the allegations and all his childhood friends have decided to just stay away from him, even though I called each and every one of them personally. I have called the school and explained the situation, and even though they sympathized, they said he needed to reapply for the next school year and go through the admissions process again. My son is understandably furious at us. He has moved back home and refuses to talk to me at all. Both my wife and I have apologized to him repeatedly.
Come on, man. Come on now, dog.
Really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving, man. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you heard that clip. I think the story is a little bit BS, but it's feasible because of what I'm about to talk about. Because stuff like this does happen in a sense. Um, a father and a mother, father, a father and a stepmother turn on the son because the daughter lied. I've seen in time where step kids lie on stepdad because they don't want discipline in the house, so they don't want to be told anything. So hey, I'm gonna say touch me. I've seen that happen. I've seen uh, girls in the family lie on boys in the family that they're actually blood relatives to, and it's like, but the family turns on the boy until it's found out that the girl's lying, however long that may be. Um, I've seen people not, how can I say this, lie on a guy and the family believes it, and then subsequently take in the girl, and then they find out because of the things that she does with them, like, oh, this just we got a little demon on our hands, you know. And I've seen where um how can I say this? Where family would have turned on other family members, not because they believe that they did something wrong, but because they were jealous of them, and that was an opportunity to throw them under the bus, and it ruined the relationship. So when it comes to this, the issue is you know the believe all women or believe all girls thing. It's the flip side of that where demonize all boys. He had to do something. And the idea that, well, I say I thought it was a BS story because you mean to tell me the boy was in college or going to college because you got him arrested in December. So was he already in college? He came home, and then your daughter didn't want to get caught. So the first thing she did, he was touching me for years. And then you find out when he's in jail that, oh, I'm sorry, but I lied on my brother. And I did a video recently about, not too long ago, that has a clip about a young girl who's a sister who lied and said her boyfriend beat her, and she beat herself. And it started a whole fight where her boyfriend wound up getting killed by one of her brothers, and the brother is in prison, I guess, at the moment. And her mother found out that she lied, but they never told the brother that's in jail. And while she was on Instagram with the guy, he was like, "Oh, he gonna see this. Oh, he gonna see this." And this is the issue: the belief. And a lot of young ladies know, oh man, I could say pretty much anything and people will believe me. And what was that? What was that? I listened to the lead attorney. I'm sorry. What is it called? The chilling effect, where you rather believe, what a woman says, even if it's possibly a lie on a guy, because you don't. because if you grill her for her inconsistencies or catching her in a lie, you don't want other people who really want to come forward to come forward and don't feel like they're gonna get interrogated, right? So basically, you give this huge blind spot gap to for girls and women to just say anything about any old body, and people just gotta believe it, even if it doesn't add up. What was the lady that wrote the book? Was it The Lovely Bones? The brother got exonerated like 16 years later after she said she got assaulted and she just fingered him one day when he was walking down the street. And since she was her own eyewitness, they believed her, and DNA basically exonerated him years later. And people, and what was the show with Ayanna Van Zant when the mother um, told the daughters that the dad touched them and but it didn't happen, but she just beat them over the head with that since they were children to the point that they didn't like their own dad, most of the daughters, because they believed that their dad was a child molester. And but one daughter was always fighting the other daughters because she was old enough to remember. And it comes to find out, the dad took a polygraph and he told the truth. He never touched his daughter, but the mom took a polygraph and she was lying the whole time. And but people forget about how it ruins a person's life. Let's just skip that part because now people view you a certain way based on a lie. People, you lose opportunities based on a lie. And there is no consequence or recourse or repercussions to the girls or women in this scenario because it's like, oh well, we ruined your life. And they'll say, the young man was 18 or whatever in that story. So, hopefully he can apply and go back to school. But the problem is what? School's not gonna let him back. He made it all the way to an Ivy League school and got kicked out because of a lie. And dad, you turned him in because it's my stepdaughter. This is my wife and this is my stepdaughter. And for me, it's like I don't think he living with you. Interesting. His mama must be dead. Because basically he's living in the same house. Where's the stepdaughter living in the same house? In the same house, which would make the situation worse. Because like, let me get this right. You believe this girl's lie, got me kicked out of school and put in jail. And now I'm just in limbo, and people looked at me sideways, and you took the effort to call everybody and say I messed up a lot on my son. Be cool with him again. He don't want to be cool with them people because it's like, hey dog, y'all believe I could do that? I don't want to be friends with you. But just down the hall is the little lion princess. I was having sex with somebody, and then I didn't want y'all to get mad at me, so I made up a whole lie. You could have. That's and think about it. That's how far you got to go. That's how far you got to go. Interesting. So now you find yourself in this situation where there are plenty of young men who've gotten falsely accused of stuff. Whether they wind up getting arrested, whether put in jail, beat up, or killed behind a false accusation. And the issue is this: young men got to understand, if a father will turn on his own son as if he don't know him because his stepdaughter said so, that's how fast people will turn on you. And ladies know this because there is no consequence for a girl or a woman lying on a boy or a man. There is none. There is none. She's not going to jail for that. He just got to be locked up. And I guess it's the white version of what could happen. And I think white guys are feeling more like they can understand the plight of Mike Tyson or Brian Banks or not necessarily Emmett Till, but in that realm of, oh damn, they can say anything, and we just you getting a taste of your own medicine, and it sucks because you know family will never be the same again. Just because you chose a side, not just because you chose a side, you drug them basically to the station because you believed her. You know, and I don't see how people can look at somebody who lies on a consistent basis and go, ah. but this time they're telling the truth. You know, but it's a belief system. That's the problem with believe. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Y'all tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.